Hello and welcome to another video, and this is my March wrap up and statistics video from the last 3 months, and potentially TBR 2 depending on how long the video runs for. And first let's kick off with the wrap up, and the first thing I managed to finish last month was Moonflight by Jill Lewis for I think 3 stars on Goodreads. It was fun, it was quirky, it was very light-hearted. Even the artwork in this was absolutely wonderful. It's only black and white obviously, but it's really nice. It's so good. But yeah, it's just quite a nice little adventure. I also managed to finish Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban on audiobook. I obviously don't have the physical copy with me. I do have some upstairs, so I'm not going to bother going up for that. I also managed to finish A Dark Inheritance by H.F. Asquith, which is a local author to me. This book specifically is about a young man who is 30 days from turning 18, and he is convinced that he has 31 days to live because of a family curse, and he has that amount of days to figure it out and stop himself from dying to this family curse. And I gave this 3.5 stars on my Just Read app, and I think 3 stars on Goodreads. Overall it was good and I enjoyed it. It was just a matter of the writing being very young, more than it really needed to be, but otherwise I did like it. The plot was fantastic. So yes. And the next book that I read was another local author, which is kind of a strange thing that's happening at the moment with my reading, and that is L.J. Ross, Holy Island. She is from Northumberland. She comes into work quite regularly, and visits some other local bookshops as well in the region. And obviously this is called Holy Island, it's where it's based. And in this one, DCI Ryan is supposed to be on some leave from work to get himself together after, some traumatic stuff going on. And all of a sudden, on Holy Island, where he's supposed to be taking his sabbatical, shit hits the fan, someone is dead, and he is roped into trying to figure that out. And there's only 2 issues I had with this, which is why I gave it 3 stars instead of 4. The first issue is not really a big thing, it's just me being a little bit of an arse, and that is when they call the perpetrator perps in crime mysteries. It annoys us a little bit. Lee Child sometimes does this, which I find a little bit annoying, but Lee Child is Lee Child. You can let him off with so much because it's Lee Child. And with this as well, there is a love interest between DCI Ryan and Anna, and there is a couple of moments where they have heated discussions, and he is being overly protective and very annoying. To some degree you can understand some of the protectiveness, but at the same time Anna is also being overly submissive and apologising for his, as if she's done something wrong, even though it's his behaviour that's not actually good at all. But that is pretty much the only bad things I've got to say about it, to be honest. And I only tabbed a couple of things because of historical stuff for the island I wanted to look up, but other than that, nothing really. And the last book that I read in March is Richard E. Grant, A Pocket Full of Happiness. And I managed to finish this on the 31st of March in tears. I have never cried like this at a book in all of my life. Currently have a book hangover in kind of like the worst and best possible way. Like, it was brilliantly written, it was beautiful, and also devastating, heartbreaking, and you feel so attached to him and his wife by the end of this book, even though, I mean, it's not a spoiler that she's passed at all. It's just his kind of diary entries and thoughts about the whole experience. It's one of those books where, as horrible as the death of his wife is, you can see the love, and there is little bits of humour in here. I did laugh out loud several times from some of the things that him and his wife would like talk about. It's a lovely, but by the end I was utterly devastated and I was in floods of tears. He's a poor bugger. But anyways, I give this 5 stars on Goodreads. It's probably one of the most beautiful and poignant things I've ever read. Highly recommend giving this a go, but just be ready to be very upset, because it is like a tearjerker. And I suppose I'll do a TBR. And what I'm currently reading as part of my TBR is The Secret of Haven Point, which again by Lisette Orton. She is a local author to me. I live near here. And I literally know nothing about the plot. I bought it because it's Haven Point. And I know where it is. Other than, these children that have been found by Haven Point all have a disability of some kind. And I believe the author does as well. She's just including children in the book that have health issues or disabilities. It's really nice to see that so far. I haven't gotten very far into it yet. I plan to read some by the end of the night, and I look forward to getting to it. The next one that I have is The Cats We Meet Along the Way by Nadia McHale, I think. I'm not sure if I said her surname correct. Again, something I know nothing about, other than it is Waterstone's Children's Book of the Month this month, and I believe it may have won an award somewhere along the lines of that as well. I'm not sure, but it is at least Waterstone's Children's Book of the Month. And that's kind of one of my goals throughout the year, is to try and read them as to come along. It looks very simple and easy to read, so I look forward to getting through that. And to be fair, after finishing Richard E. Grant's book, which is heartbreaking and sorrowful, I think I'm kind of like in need of some children's books, to be honest. And then after I finished those, I plan on getting to The Two Towers by J.R.R. Tolkien. I've had a month-long break from the series so far, so I think I'm gonna read the book, take a month away, and then go back the month after that. And I can't remember much of the second film, if I'm honest, so I don't really have much to go on for this second book, but since I enjoyed the first one so much, I kind of expect to really enjoy this one. And this one's got the nice sprayed edges. The sprayed edges don't match my other copy. But at least the cover itself does though, so I can't complain about that. Just a quick talk through statistics from the last 3 months. From January to March, I read a total of 19 books. My total page count was 4,773. My average page number, like page per month, the average page count was 1,591, and my average page count per book over the past 3 months is 251 pages a book. My average star rating for the past 3 months is 4.15, and I read 1 hardcover, 12 paperbacks, 1 audiobook, and 6 ebooks/digital books. 40% of my books were male, 53% were female, and 6.6% was other, which was from, I believe, a comic that I read earlier this year called Genderqueer. I'm not entirely sure what the author goes by gender-wise, but that author is not in the standard definition of gendered. So yes, that was pretty much all I've got for today's video. Comment if you've read any of the videos mentioned in the video. I am more than happy to discuss them with anybody who's enjoyed them or likewise absolutely hated it. And I hope to see you soon in the next video.